Okay guys, this is today's challenge, and I've been working on this one for a little while. But basically the premise of this is our first little pellet gun experiment, because I was going to need to get like a little shooting match going against Austin. I wanted to see if these two basically fired about even or not. So basically these are exactly the same factory built Gamo swarms, and they're both in 22. I guess now it's the little green stripe is how you tell the difference, but I've labeled one of these B and one of these A, and they have exactly the same scope mounts, everything. I haven't changed anything with the exception of one thing. On A, I played with the trigger to try and soften it up a little bit, and that's kind of besides the point. But I shot each rifle with each kind of ammunition and did it from two different distances, and turned out to be quite a lot of targets here. So basically I've got the footage of shooting it, and I'm going to throw the results I'll just throw them in here right now. I'll just go over those, and if you want to watch the shooting afterwards, you can watch the shooting. But I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm going to go through the targets first. But I will tell you this, for the money I paid for these, I am pretty impressed. Okay guys, we are going to call this Rifle A. We're going to do an A and a B, and this is what we're starting out with the first time around. So I loaded up a fresh clip. I'm going to shoot 10 down there. This one has not been sighted, so it could get a little messy. course I had to jerk the last one, right? That thing was shooting great. Okay, I forgot to mention, this is at 20 yards, just to give it a good chance. Now, I'm going to switch over and try shooting the hollow points out of these things and see how they do. This is still rifle A. And now we're doing the Crossman Premier, the 14.3 grain hollow points. And this is still going to be sighted for the JSB, so we're kind of just looking at groups here more than anything. Okay, that was all 10. I'll go down there and grab it and we'll compare them. Now we've got rifle B, and we're doing the Diablos, same thing, 18.13 grain, 10 shots. forgot to zoom it in, dang it. Well, there's the 10 shots with the rifle B. Sorry about that, folks. Now we're on to the Crosman Premier Hollow Points 14.3. And this time I'm not going to forget to zoom it in. Sorry about that again, guys. If you're kind of wondering why the target's moving around, is I'm just basically trying to not shoot out the center with 50 million pellets and just kind of move it around, use up different parts of the clay, that's all. Oh, and just a reminder, this is sighted for the JSBs, so the crossmen were just checking groups, not accuracy at the target here. Okay, that was all 10, folks. This is actually the second time shooting JSB 18.13 grain rifle B. I didn't zoom in on the last time. It's kind of bugging me. It was a damn good target shooting too, of course. So I kind of feel like you guys got cheated a little bit, but I'm trying to redo rifle B on the JSBs. And this time, it zoomed in. Okay, well there were 10 in Rifle B, JSB. Pretty much shot at just about the same tightness of group. This one's a little bit drifted to the right, so maybe I've got my gun settling in, or the scope settling in, I don't know, but the group's about the same. Last time it shot a little bit more out the bullseye, but anyway, Rifle B is definitely a shooter. Now, what I'm curious about is whether maybe these two rifles are so close together, they could kind of trade on the day which one might shoot better than the other. So I'm going to back this out as far as we can to the 25 yard and run it again, you know, both kinds of pellet through each gun once, unless there's a mistake or something. And this is the JSB turn, and this is Rifle A. Okay, well, those definitely did open up in that last 5 yards. So, if I had to kind of add any kind of note or explanation to this, it seems like gun A, or rifle A, it's when you pull the trigger, it's just a jumpier, bouncier, springier rifle, and the trigger's not as comfortable as B. So if I was going to kind of try and explain any of that with something, that would probably be how I'd try and explain that. But the other thing to note here is when I was done shooting B, I didn't keep on shooting B at 25 yards. B has gone inside, rifle A has come out, that was cooling down. So it's worth mentioning the barrel has had a chance to cool down, and now that I'm shooting A, rifle B is inside cooling down. So they each get, a chance to kind of cool down their bore, their barrel, if that even matters. I just wanted to mention that. This is rifle A, and now we're back to the crossman hollow points. And this is the 25 yards. Okay, that was kind of interesting. Like 3 of those, the trigger broke kind of earlier than the others, so it was kind of, just went off kind of quicker. In all fairness, I actually kind of tried playing with the playing with the trigger on one of these last night. This one might have gotten goofed up because I'm planning on doing the trigger mod. Now we're back to rifle B, 25 yards, and this is with the JSBs again. Okay, that's it for the JSBs on Rifle B. And I would probably say that the trigger on this, it feels like the same weight and everything, but it's more comfortable. It has like a more predictable trigger break. It's like you know what's going to happen. The other one was kind of surprising me. When I put a little pressure on it, it would go heavier or lighter depending on, I don't know, just how it felt. This trigger is more consistent, so I think that's the difference between these two. Last shot group here. This is Rifle B. Oops. Rifle B with the Crossman hollow points. Okay, that's the last of them. So I'm going to go look at these cards and kind of compare results here. See you guys in a bit. And just in case you were wondering, this is what the bullet backstop looks like after a day's worth of shooting air guns. So normally I just kind of get a like a knife or something like that and just pop these guys out of here. They all collect on the bottom, squish it back together, and then you're good to go next time around. Okay guys, this is round one. I'm going to put rifle A on the left, rifle B over on the right. And of course some coins here so you can get an idea for it, and the ruler for some scale. So that was Gamo Swarm A. And this is Gamo Swarm B. Now B, I kind of screwed up when I did this, and I didn't zoom in so you could see the target while I was shooting, so I felt kind of bad. So I went and I redid it again. So this is the second try, and this is B on the first try, which kind of got me wondering. I wonder if I might still have problems with my scope, because this one nailed the bullseye. This one grouped well, but you know, it drifted over about 1/4 of an inch or so. So I don't know, might still kind of have some scope issues I'm trying to wrinkle out here. So out of that one, I would definitely call rifle B the winner, that's for sure. Now that was at 20 yards, by the way, and these are the hollow points. Rifle A is on the left, and rifle B is going to be on the right. Now, it's not quite so much. These are both kind of shooting up and to the right. So I'd almost call this one, you know, you got some flyers and stuff here, but damn near an even match. So I'll kind of call this one a 50-50 here. And these are also shot at the 20-yard mark. Okay. Now after that, I decided to back this up and do about as far as I can go in a residential spot here. So this is what happened when we went out to 25 yards. Here's rifle A, and here is rifle B. So these are on the JSBs, just in case you were wondering. That's what a 1/4 looks like, and the 1/4 pretty much covers that one, more or less, except for like the flyer there. So definitely B comes up with it in this one, and this is at the 25 yards. Hope if I get it into the camera a little bit more, huh? So I burned up a lot of targets doing this, but that's okay, because I'll use them up for target practice. You know, pull off some dots, shoot them over here. I didn't think I'd go through, I didn't think this would take as long as it did, but this was my first little experiment here with our pellet rifles. Okay, now this is 25 yards, and these are the crossman hollow points. A is on the left, and B is on the right. So this one, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess B's shooting a little bit better, but they're both pretty bad. I kind of think that this one, for some reason, it felt like the trigger was getting kind of strange on the rifle A for a while here. I know that's kind of wacky, but it kind of felt like it popped off prematurely a few times there. And when I pulled it, sometimes it felt harder, other times it cracked real easy. So it's kind of, some of this I'd want to say is like rifle inconsistency, and I kind of talk about that when I'm shooting. But anyways, let me throw a 1/4 on here. Covers up the main body of the groups, just not the flyers. And this one, yeah, I don't know, it gets most of it anyway. So that was pretty much our first little shooting experiment, and just to prove I didn't crisscross these and mess them up here. So there you go, guys. Now, just for future reference here, I think I'm going to nail down which one of these things shot the better. So give me 1 second here. Okay guys, I just thought I might want to kind of keep track of this long-term wise. So I don't know if you guys know this, but there is a serial number right here on your Gamos. So what I did was basically I just moved the sticker over here, and this one, Rifle B, ends in 9612. And if you notice, what's weird about this is the printing is different. It's like this barrel was kind of double stamped. It looks a little different, so maybe that has something to do with where this one was made versus the other ones. But anyways, Rifle B was 9612 on the serial number, and Rifle A is 6692. And see how much cleaner the stamping looks on this barrel? Where it says, 5.5 cal, 22, and whatever that little insignia is on the very end. And this one's just, it's like double stamped or something. I don't know. Anyways, for what I paid for these things, I think I grabbed these things on sale. I got a ton of clips. I grabbed like 10 clips for these things so I could load them all up, put them in my pocket, and just go out shooting for a day. And not have to worry about sitting there loading pellets one at a time. That was a major reason why I bought these. And, oh, a little bit of review. Yeah, that's right, I did promise that. Okay. These scopes were not the factory Gamo scopes. These were actually off of some other rifles that I've got that I'm going to get into later on. These came off of, boy, let me get this straight. Whisper Fusion Pro. Yeah, I think that was what they were called. In the 22 series. And it actually, instead of the gas ram, it actually had a spring inside of here. It's called a Whisper Fusion Pro. So these aren't the Gamo Swarm scopes. I think those were kind of a little bit, but these are 3x9x40 scopes, if memory serves. And I bought a 4-screw setup on Amazon. And the reason why I'm thinking that these scopes are not wandering around on me is I went absolutely bananas with that stuff, that Pentronics, that blue Loctite basically. I mean, I pulled the bottom rail off, Loctited those on, then I Loctited on the base, then I Loctited on the screws. I bought extra scope mounts so they have 2 screws on each, 4 on the main body receiver. Might have to tighten up my stock screws though, I don't think I messed with that. And then, on top of it, I even put a drop under the rings, which, yeah, I know, but you could probably even see the ooze out a little bit right there. But when I was first dialing these things in, man, I was jumping around like a 5-inch circle. I couldn't hit a dang thing, so I was just sick to death of that. And here is where I put my parallax correction, if anybody wants to know. That seemed to be about the best for me at the 20 yard. Might have been able to sneak that up at 25. That might have been my problem. But just a touch, about a 1/4 inch under the 30 mark is where I was setting that. And I think one of the problems I had with these scopes before is the parallax error. And on Rifle A, I goofed with the trigger. See that little screw right down in there? That is supposedly how you lighten up the trigger. But when I got this, it was all the way bottomed out. And supposedly when you tighten it in, it lightens it up. So I've already ordered some screws, and they're coming, the exact same thread, just longer, to try and lighten these rifles up. I think the triggers are pretty good, don't get me wrong, especially for the cost of the rifle. But I just want to make them feel better. I like a lighter trigger. Well, this is Rifle A, so that's going to be my guinea pig. I don't want to mess with the better shooting of the two, so that's what I'm going to experiment on with the trigger mod. See how that comes out first. But both of these rifles, they shoot well, and they had more power. But for pure accuracy, my little Joker rifle won better. The pistol, not Joker rifle, Joker pistol. And it's the one with the long barrels, the Crossman I did a little review on. That thing was actually hitting more accurately than these rifles, which that's kind of good for Crossman, bad for Gamo, I guess. But the way I look at it, guys, is if I can put one in here at about 30 yards, that's a woodchuck, squirrel, bunny rabbit, whatever. But I do like accuracy. These will get the job done. And I'm kind of thinking maybe when I read some of these forums, the more people shoot, the more that barrel wears in with each shot that goes through it. So I'm going to grab rifle A, and we're just going to shoot a whole bunch out of there, and I'm going to leave B alone basically for a while and see if maybe that was what was going on here. But anyways, guys, go check out the Joker pistol if you haven't seen that one yet. Bye. Okay, guys, meet the Joker gun. That's what we're going to call it on this channel from now on. This is a custom Crossman with a Bushnell red dot. There's a pencil to give you some scale. And it just died on me. And this is what it did. And it shot that at 25 yards as I was sighting it in. This pistol shoots better than those rifles.